Hello and welcome to Americans Talk Australian Survivor. I'm Rachel.
I'm Leah.
And I'm Matt.
Thanks for joining us. We're very excited to be back for our 4th season and the 10th official season of Australian Survivor.
Woo-hoo!
Australia versus the world. Can't wait for it to begin.
We're so excited.
So this is the first time that we have seen Australian Survivor do 2 seasons in 1 year, which means it's our first time doing 2 seasons in 1 year, and we can't wait to be back with you guys. So we're very excited to see this new season, but before we get started, we have to address the elephant in the room. Just a few weeks ago, it was announced, we saw it on Instagram, that JLP is leaving Survivor.
Boo! Yeah, bad decision.
Very sad about that. He's perfect for the role.
So the gossip that we got over on Instagram from our followers is that allegedly the ratings were low and JLP was let go because they're trying to make changes to up the ratings. What do you guys think about that? Will that help?
I really don't think that he was the reason. Maybe people in Australia just aren't interested in the show. But JLP, I think he's wonderful. He's a great host. And he has everything. And the contestants really seem to like him.
I think it's going to be very difficult for anyone to come in and take over. Like anytime you see that in a TV show, when they replace one of the main people, even in a drama show, and then they try to replace it with another actor, it always takes season and season until you're used to seeing that person again. So I think it's going to take a long time, and it may not work out. And I hope it doesn't mean the end of Survivor in Australia.
Yeah, I don't see it going well. I mean, it's like firing Jeff Probst. I don't know why you would do that. But luckily, we have one last season with JLP, and it's Survivor versus the world, so we'll have to just enjoy it while it lasts.
But we are very sad that he is leaving, and we wish him well, but I really think it was a very bad decision on their part.
Well, let's get into the new season. So we wanted to hop on the podcast and just kind of give our initial thoughts before the season starts on August 17th. So there's 2 teams, as you may have guessed by the title, the Australian team and the world team. Let's get started with the Australian team. We're seeing a lot of our favorite contestants coming back for another try.
Well, the first one is Shawnee.
I'm excited to see Shawnee again. I really liked her. I think we covered her on Heroes vs. Villains.
I remember you've always liked her.
Right.
I think she's fun. She keeps the game light and funny. She's back for more money. Inflation.
She seems very smart, a smart player. She's not just making it up as she goes along. She has plans.
I find it interesting that she's played the most days of any players in Australian Survivor.
Yeah, so she knows the game well from the Australian point of view. And I think from social media, it looks like she's had 1 child before going on this show. I think now she might have a second, but it'll be interesting to see how motherhood shapes her Survivor game.
And then next up is George.
Wow, George is back.
I'm so glad that he's back.
Yes, he is fun to watch.
The king has returned. We'll see if he's able to pull out a win this time.
He's just exciting because he'll do crazy things and mix things up.
And he takes it very seriously, and he thinks everything through. Very, very good player.
I feel he really knows the game.
Right.
I'm excited to see what tattoos he has.
Oh, no.
And what new idols he gets tattooed on his body in a couple weeks.
Yes. And then David returns.
The Golden God, former winner of Australian Survivor. I think I never really liked David that much. I thought he was a good player. He was fun to watch, but I don't know that I necessarily clicked with his personality. So we'll see how he is this time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I always liked him. I thought he did well on Survivor, and he won for one thing. He's the only winner, only winner. But
from Australia.
From Australia, and I don't know. I always enjoyed watching him.
It is fun that we have a somewhat American representative in David because I believe he moved to the U.S. to be a model. I don't know if he ended up moving back to Australia or not, but he has spent some time over here in the States, and he has an alliance already pre-existing with Parvati from the U.S. because he was on Deal or No Deal Island on Season 2. So we did not watch, but we did see some clips, and we saw that David and Parvati had a pretty tight alliance, and we'll see if that carries into Australia versus the world.
Oh, that will be very interesting to see.
It's a small world in reality TV,
Right.
isn't it?
And then we bring back Kirby. Woohoo!
We're thrilled to see Kirby come back. I think she made it. Did she make it 4th or 5th in her final season, in her most recent season?
Yes, I believe
think
she should have gone farther. Yeah,
Right.
but she didn't.
We were surprised, as I recall,
Yeah.
that she didn't go farther.
But
than
we
that.
loved her.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved her. So we're very excited to see her again.
This is only her 2nd season, so compared to some of these players, she's relatively new to Survivor.
Right. But she's going to be able to do it. And then we have Luke. Oh, wow. Everyone loves Luke. He is the most popular, they say, an Australian Survivor. And he was always fun. I always think of the cookie incident
Yes.
on the beach. And he's just, I love watching him also.
He would be a fun guy to hang out with.
Yeah, this is kind of a blast from the past. We haven't seen Luke in a couple seasons, so we'll see how he's changed, how he's grown, and what different angle he brings to the game this time.
It's his 3rd time.
Yeah.
3rd time on the show.
That's pretty good. And then
We next have Janine, the godmother. So she only played once as well, and she, I believe, is a CEO or some sort of powerful businesswoman in Australia, and made waves at bringing her sort of business mindset to Survivor last time.
I remember liking her up to a point, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but towards the end, maybe when she got her godmother title, something I didn't click with me and her.
But it'll be interesting to see her back.
Sure.
Oh, of course, yes. And
Finally, we have Sarah. It sounds like she's hasn't played since 2016, so it's been a long time since we've seen Sarah, and I'm curious to see if she's been keeping up with the game, if she'll be able to keep up with this sort of new era.
Yeah, it's interesting that she's playing since all these other players seem to have played much more recently in more recent episodes or seasons, excuse me.
yeah, so good for her for coming back after 10 years. It'll be interesting for her, I'm sure, as a person. Like you said, how has Survivor changed, and just being back. She's kind of like a newbie.
Yeah, I wonder what it's like when you don't play and then you just think about it. You probably think about it a lot, because
Yeah.
it was such a big part of your life, and so many people know you because of that. And then you're thinking about it every day, and now you get another chance to play. That's pretty cool. For
Yeah, I
all
bet
of
she's
them.
so excited. Yeah, all of them are excited. I bet. Very, very excited.
Yeah, and we know, like we said, the Survivor and the reality worlds are kind of small, and we always see, past players meeting up with current players and doing watch shows and get-togethers. So I don't know if Sarah's kind of been in the mix, but she may already know a few of them just from social events throughout time.
Right.
Now let's move over to the world. So this is kind of fun. We have our regular Survivor players, and then we're looking at players from all over the world.
Right. And first up is Sari.
So Sari, we recently watched her win the Traders. That was exciting.
Yes, yes.
So we know that she has the ability to win a reality game, even though she has yet to win Survivor.
Right, and this will be her. Oh, she's already played 4 times Survivor, so this is something else.
I feel like we know her because
Right.
we've seen her so many times.
Right.
I feel like if she walked in the room, we'd be able to hold a conversation with her, just pick right up because we've seen her so many times.
Yeah, and she's who, has always said that she's the one who got off the couch and played Survivor when Jeff told her to. So it's
Yeah.
fun to see that,
That's right.
Just a regular old person can come back for a 5th time.
and keep going on all these reality
Right.
shows. So good for her.
It gives hope to those of us at home wondering if we should get off the couch and play.
Get off the microphone and play.
Next up is Cass from Quebec, Survivor Quebec. We have not seen this season, so that'll be interesting to see a new player to us, but someone who is the runner-up to her season.
So she's a serious player. Next up is Lisa.
Lisa is from Survivor New Zealand and is actually the only winner of Survivor New Zealand, as the show was canceled after her season, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's too bad.
It
But
will-
good for her.
Yes, good for her. It will be interesting since she really could not watch how other New Zealanders played since there were no other seasons. How will she interact with everybody here? I think it's going to be very interesting. And I wish her well. It's going to be a neat program for her.
Yeah, look forward to getting to know her.
Next up, we have Parvati. So Parv has been on many, many seasons. What has it been? 4 seasons of the U.S.?
All right, yeah.
And she won 1 season of the U.S.
Right, so this is her 5th season.
She's been on Deal or No Deal Island with David. She's also been on The Traders, not with Suri, but in a different one. So she is well known to reality TV, and it's exciting to see what spin she'll do this time.
So once again, a player who's kind of made reality TV their career. So it's very interesting, I think.
You have to wonder if that's just a negative when you're playing the game because everybody knows you. Like take Cass, for example. People may not have watched
The Quebec.
Yeah, or maybe they saw it and didn't pay that much attention to it. But somebody like Suri, you've seen over and over,
Right.
and you understand their gameplay. So it could be a negative being on so many shows.
That's true.
Yeah, it's kind of like a target. You see King George, you see Parvati pop out, and you're like, oh my gosh, we got to get rid of them immediately.
Let's get in between that conversation.
Yeah,
right?
we know what's going to happen there. So we'll see how the Black Widow does in Australia.
And then we have Rob. He's from South Africa, and he won his show.
Season of South Africa. Yeah, so we also have not watched his, but it'll be interesting to see. It sounds like he won a lot of immunity necklaces over in South Africa. It sounds like he's a pretty well-liked player, so I'm excited to see his take on Australia.
The king of South African Survivor.
Right. And then we have Tommy. He's from Finland, and he was a runner-up.
Yeah, it says online that he lost by only 1 vote.
Wow.
So he probably has a lot of fire in him trying to go for the gold this time.
Yeah, that's interesting that it came down to 1 vote because so many times we've seen Survivor, at least American Survivor, that it doesn't come down to 1 vote.
Right. There's blowouts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Tony, and we know him from the United States.
Tony, along with Sandra, is the only 2-time winner other than Sandra to win Survivor twice in the U.S. So we are very excited to see if he can pull it off for a 3rd time.
Oh, well, what's interesting is Tony is the king of making those shacks to watch people, spy shacks. And Luke actually did use Tony's idea. So it'll be interesting for the 2 of them maybe to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would love to see the 2 of them get in a conversation, maybe around the merge, and talk about maybe they can do a 2-person spy shack for once.
Or they each use a spy shack against each other.
Oh, they'll each be hiding out,
Yeah.
and
They're
there's
gonna be
no
on-
conversation.
Yeah, they're on different teams.
Different teams to begin with.
Yeah.
So we'll see what
But
happens
maybe in
if
the
they
merge,
both
yeah.
make the merge. Interesting that Sandra and Rob aren't playing. Because
Well, this is good, though. They've had a lot of attention, so
Right.
it's nice to have other players play.
Well, Sandra was on Australian
Yes.
Survivor, so I guess the question would be, does she come back as part of the world or part of Australia?
Yeah,
She's
right.
both.
Yeah, and her daughter Nina would actually be on Australian because she
She's only
was. That's
played
where she
Australian.
only played.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's okay to say goodbye to the Diaz twins for 1 season. I'm sure we'll be seeing them again.
Yes.
And I'm sure Boston Rob will come back, but we have a new Rob to focus on, South African Rob. So
Right.
we will not have a shortage of Robs on the World Tribe.
yeah. But
All right,
we're
so-
so excited. So very, very excited. I think this is a wonderful concept. Whoever brought this concept together, this is just excellent idea.
So are we going to pick who we think is going to win?
Yeah, let's all give a prediction.
Want me to go first? I'll go first. I'm going to say Tony. I think he's just so confident and such a powerful guy. He has a lot of muscles, and he knows what it takes to win. And so since I'm going to go with an American and say Tony is going to win.
Interesting. So you think that Tony will pull out his 3rd Survivor win?
Yes.
Wow, we'll see. I'm going to vote for Kirby. I think that just kind of, it's named Australian versus the world. An Australian has to win, I hope. it would be tough for them to have this whole show dedicated to showing, how great the Australian Survivor players are and then to lose to the
I
World
think you're
Tribe.
right, because if a lot of Australians make it to the jury, they're going to vote for an Australian. Right?
I'll be rooting for the Australian tribe. But I think Kirby really played a fantastic game in her last season. And like we said before, she only played 1 season where a lot of people have played multiple. And I think this 2nd season, she's with a lot of threats. And that kind of already negates her threat level a little bit just because there's David, there's George,
Sure.
there's all these other people to get out before you think of Kirby. And I think that she has it in her to come back and win.
Okay, so I want an Australian to win, obviously. I love Australia. But before I pick my winner from Australia, I am hoping that the candidates from like Cass, Lisa, Rob, or Tommy would come in second, runner-up. Because I think we have so much focus, or at least us, on Australia and U.S. Everyone knows those players. But for an individual, like you said, comes in to this and all by themselves, I hope, especially from Finland, because it seems like everyone's, Finland. Well, anyway, any of them. I hope one of them comes and runner-up. Who do I pick from Australia? I also pick Kirby. I'm sorry, but I picked Kirby also. I just really think
for
she's
sure
a
you'd say
strong
George.
candidate. Well, George, I don't
Maybe
know.
you
The
want
problem
George
is
to win, but
I
you
want
think Kirby
George,
will win?
Kirby, or Luke to win.
And you want Tommy to come as runner-up
Runner-up.
again? He just was runner-up.
I see what you're saying.
Poor Tommy, you're putting the runner-up curse on him.
Well, also then Cass, Lisa, or
Maybe
Rob.
Tommy will come in third.
Yeah, we'll figure this out.
Who do you
but
hope
for
gets
sure,
voted out first then?
no, I can't. That's too hard for me. But I do wish that either George, Kirby, or Luke win. How about that?
Well, we'll be back soon with our first episode, or next episode after the first episode drops of Australia versus the World. We'll be doing our usual recap episodes and our strategy considerations. And as always, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know who you think is going to win Australia versus the World, and type in your thoughts. Have you seen New Zealand, Finland, or Quebec? Are you familiar with any of these players? We'd love to hear your thoughts over on Instagram at ATA Survivor, TikTok at ATA Survivor, and send us an email at ataustraliansurvivor@gmail.com. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.